People of Reddit. What is an extremely popular thing that died out extremely quickly? Fidget spinners. 1 minute everyone had them, the next they were spinning out of style. Bump It, the hair accessory. Silly bands. The Connie 2012 campaign. Planking. NFTs help. Everyone who spent $80K on nothing is finding joy in it. Commercial-free cable TV. Tamagotchi for my millennial friends. And those ugly leggings that everyone and their mom was shilling. AKA never-ending Facebook messages like, "Hey girl, haven't talked since high school, but have a business opportunity for you, girl boss blessed." 3D TV. Flash mob. For Loco. All and caffeinated beverage of choice for tons of teens and adults in the late 2000s, but as soon as they were forced to change their formula, it was no longer cool and everyone stopped caring about it. Harlem Shake. The phrase "toads my goats," once it was used by an old guy in an ad, it was done overnight. The on fleek expression. Ringtones. Marie Kondo organizing. Does it spark joy? Was absolutely everywhere. What's up? The wee fish eating skin off your feet places. Flappy Bird. Murder hornets. Loom bands. Those little rubber bands that you could make stuff out of. When I say make stuff, I mean make cheap crap of interwoven rubber bands. One day, everywhere, then just as quickly let us never speak of loom bands again. Furbies, people going nuts over them, thinking they would make them millionaires. A few people cashed in on all the idiots. Anybody else remember that year in the 90s where everyone was obsessed with Gregorian chants? That was wild. What does the fox say? Slap bracelets when I was a kid. Then I remember the rumor was someone slit their wrist in the metal coming out of the side of them and those things disappeared quickly. Selfie sticks. Game of Thrones after the final season. I've never seen a show go from top-tier cultural influence to total irrelevancy so fast. To the point where I feel like it should be its own trope. Like, if jumping the shark is the point at which a show turns bad, perhaps burning the red keep should be screwing up the ending so badly you retroactively ruin the whole show. Among Us. Scentsy. Everyone was selling it. Butthole sunning. Barbed wire tattoo on your bicep. Sperry's reverted back to an old man shoe. Shaded light bulbs. Shutter shades. Finger mustache tattoos in like 2012. Pet rocks. Mine lived to be 47. But finally, I had to let him go. I buried him in the garden and placed a stone over his grave, ironic though it was. Rip Rocky. Pogs. Livestrong bracelets. Groupon. Vine kind of. Anyone remember Crazy Bones? Hoverboards. Running Man Bucket Challenge. Sea shanties. 'Twas the greatest of trends. Vuvuzelas. HD DV discs. Documentary about it out there too. It was an amazing thing while it lasted, but it died almost as quickly as it thrived. The pricing just wasn't conducive to success. Peloton. Jesus Jones. Gangnam Style. The Tiger King. Molecular gastronomy. It was a very cool fun thing for about 20 months and then just went away. Apple Vision Pro. Pet rock. Radium-based health products went out of fashion quite quickly. Richie Valens. Red Makers. Those Stanley Cups. 3D movies. MC Hammer and the Parachute Pants. Flossing the dance, not dental hygiene. Hydro flasks. Fidget spinners. Those little toy skateboards. Silicone bracelets. Duck face selfies. Fortnite was cool. Then social suicide. Now it's cool again, which is unusual as these things go. Guess my profession, LOL. Google Glass. Segway. The Snuggie. The obsession with van life lasted like a year or so. That stupid Hawk Tuah girl. Love her, but that shit got old and died in 1 week. Fidget spinners. The Cronet. Crypto. Girl dinner was gone so fast I didn't have time to truly discover my favorite olive. Pokemon Go. Vine. Color runs. Disco. Lace in 1979. But the conservative backlash suddenly roared into the mainstream following Disco Demolition Night and the harsh reminder that it wasn't safe to be a disco artist or, gay. or black caused the genre to be ushered off the airwaves very quickly rather than experiencing the slow transition into oldies that other genres enjoyed. To paraphrase Steve Dahl, disco was on its way out, but I hastened its demise. Those super shoes. Macarena. Anyone remember fidget spinners? They went from must-have to forgotten in a desk drawer faster than my New Year's resolutions. Soaps, those shoes with the plastic plate on the bottom of the shoe so you could grind rails. Segway. Accountability. Cabbage Patch Kids seem to be huge, then gone. Planking. Maybe not extremely quickly, but Beanie Babies went from being perceived as a long-term investment. Why? Tulip Boom anyone to a collectible for a niche group of diehards. Ty still made a killing off those things. Go to generations back and Cabbage Patch Kids would fit the bill. Skylanders was like the biggest children's media property in the world for a couple years and then basically just evaporated overnight. Frozen yogurt. Has someone said 3D TVS yet? 3000 at the time for a headache. Ice Bucket Challenge. Mini disc players. In about 2001-ish, they were the cutting edge over normal disc players and got absolutely slaughtered in a year or two by MP3 players. Man buns. Dance fever in Strasbourg, Germany 1518. iPods. It seemed like everyone had one. Not only gone, but obsolete now. Planking. Not completely dead, but people doing shit in their kitchens during the pandemic. I hope there isn't another pandemic, not because of the loss of life and the isolation, but me being stuck inside watching people do dumb shit in their houses and recording it. Clackers, two balls of a glass-like substance on either end of a cord. A ring in the middle of the cord. The deal was, you whip this effing thing back and forth to cause the globes to clack repeatedly. Well, if one of those globes smashed accidentally on your wrist or Sib's head for science, a fabulously painful injury would occur. And sometimes those globes did shatter. Fun times. Gangnam Bucket Spinners. Anyone remember how big Ed Hardy and Affliction shirts were? Hopefully, Hawk Tuah. Human Decency. Clubhouse. In about a week, Hawk Tuah. Pokemon Go. Pal World. Tiumi How to Doogie. Never mind. Pet Rocks. Flash Mobs. NFTs. Cybertrucks, they have been out for like 2 months, and they are already a joke. Pretty much every internet trend's life cycle is this. Stir up pants or leggings from my 1980s childhood. Why was that a good idea to begin with? AIM and other standalone instant messaging client. The thing about their popularity weren't just a fad. I mean, for some people, it was a fad way to chat and it was middle schoolers on AIM 24/7. But it was actually a pretty normal way to discuss plans or hang out with friends from the late 90s to the early 10s. Thanks for watching.